Good morning, everyone. Nicolette here. So today is Thursday. It is our, I guess, well, 3 more days until camp is totally over. We still have tomorrow and Saturday our rose ceremony day. So I have to tell you about yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely insane, and God was with us. Thank you, God. Okay, anyway, so yesterday we had a trip. It was Wednesday, as we usually do, and I called to find out, is everything okay? We're on our way, that kind of thing, just to make sure, our reservations were made, whatever. Anyway, um, well, I called a bit early, so they weren't there like around 8, so around like 9-ish. I called and they still weren't there. So I'm like, what time does this place open? So when finally I got hold of someone, I find out it opens at 4. So we're supposed to leave the trip to get to the camp at 4. So it turns out, when I was doing the reservation, I intended to say, or I did say, or whatever, that, we're supposed to leave at 11, to get there at 11, and leave the camp, the trip at 4. But apparently, they open at 4, so I guess they assumed that we were going to be there at 4. Anyway, long story short, we couldn't go on that trip. We were supposed to go to, what was it called again? I forgot. We weren't going to get there at 4 o'clock because then we would never make it back to camp at the right time, right? So then I had to be like on my phone looking for a trip to go to, because we had the children there with their t-shirts, their parents ready to go, money already paid, so I could not just like leave them stranded, right? And so one of the parents were like, we can go to Chuck E. Cheese's, but like we've been to David Buster's, and Chuck E. Cheese's, according to the children, is for like babies. So I was like, I don't know about that. So I called a lot of places, and I looked it up on my phone online, and I found like a lot of places that we could go next year. Some of them were a bit far. There were like a few in Connecticut, but anyway, so I got this place. I Play America, and I was like, I called them, all the other places I called, they were booked. So I finally got I Play America, and when I called them, they were like, yeah, we have space, and I'm like, oh, thank you. And so he was like, I told him how many children we had, how many people in all, and so for the same $20 that they had paid for the previous trip, they got like so many things. So we had one game of laser tag. We had a card that they could play the arcades with. Even though the children complained it was not enough money, but I'm like, listen, $20 doesn't give you a lot. But then we also had free access to the rides. Not all of them, we found out later on, but like there were roller coasters, there was like a Superman ride, there were like a lot of other rides. It was like a fair. So it had like the arcades, the fair type rides, like an amusement park. They also had like bowling. We didn't even get a chance to do the bowling. I didn't get a chance to play any of the video games or the arcade games or whatever they are, because there was so much to do. But the problem was, everything was planned out and I was ready by 10 o'clock. But the thing was, our bus driver thought we were going to that other place. I think it was in Long Island or wherever it was, upstate New York, somewhere. Anyway, it was far. It was like an hour and 15 minutes, and he was like charging me an arm and a leg. So I got this place, which was closer. So when I called him and told them where we were going, he was like, okay, we're good to go. So we were supposed to have left at 11 in the first place. So the driver didn't get to us until like 10:30 11:30, 12:30, and I'm like, what took him so long? So that took like an hour from our gaming and then our playtime. And then when we got on the bus, he got lost, and the trip was supposed to take an hour and 20. It took like 2 hours and a half. So then we got there, it was like 2:30, and so they had to eat their lunch because they were like hungry. Some of them ate it on the bus, but so we ate lunch, and so by the time we were ready to actually play, it was 3 o'clock. So not really like, not what I expected, because the $20 was for 4 hours, so they had access to the rides for 4 hours. And so if we got there at 3, 4, we're supposed to leave at 4 so we could get to the church or the camp, the site, at 5. We were not going to do that. So I called each and every parent. Perhaps I forgot to. Yeah, but I called the parents to tell them that we were going to leave at 6 instead. So that gave them at least 3 hours to play. So 4, 5, 6, 3 hours. Okay, we lost an hour. All right. Couldn't deal with that because I really didn't want to get here too late. And there were some of the children who were going off to camp, like sleepover camp, because camp is practically over, so they were going to miss these last 2 days. So anyway, we ended at 6. I tried to like wrap everything up like 5:45, but of course when there are cards involved, they have to collect their prizes. So did they want to stop? Did they want to quit? No, they did not. Even the adults. So I was like going berserk, like, hello people, let's go, we need to get home. So it was not until like 6:30 that we left the place. It takes like an hour and 30 to get here. And the bus driver is, even though he's extremely fast and he drives that bus like he's on something, I don't know. But it's like, it still took us, we got here, it's like 8:15, 8:30, and like parents were calling like, where's my child? Not all of them, because they knew I was coming late, but especially the ones that were supposed to travel, and they hadn't want to go so late. Anyway, it was a lot yesterday, but I made it. We all made it. Yeah, they had a lot of fun. They were so surprised. I was surprised. I didn't expect the place to be that great, to be honest. And like I said, in the process of searching, I found a lot of places that we can go to that didn't involve water rides, because we're not really allowed to have water rides without a lifeguard. I need a lifeguard. Do you know of any lifeguard? Because I need a lifeguard. We need to be doing Six Flags and Quasi Park and Great Adventures and all of those things, okay? We're moving up, people. We're moving up. Talented 10th is moving up, okay? I keep saying Talented 10th for short, but it's Talented 10th Highlanders, okay? Anyway, today is Thursday. It's prize day. So I'm about to go pull out all the prizes, because after that, they're supposed to go to the park. And we know how it goes when you're trying to get children gathered together to go and return back to wherever, start playing. So we're going to do the distribution of the prizes now. Yeah, so we're going to get wet. This is like light and light, so I'm going to get wet. Yay! Again. No, yeah, again. Anyway, last week I got wet. The weeks before didn't happen. You know, camp directors can play too, right? And this one over here, hello, all about it. Okay. All right, so it was great talking to you as always. Hope to see you either tomorrow or definitely on Saturday, right, for our award ceremony. So today I have to go and pick up all the trophies, or make sure they're fine so I can pick them up on Friday. Yeah, and do all the certificates and just prepare for Saturday, because I'm not going to do it last minute. Okay, so I guess I'll be seeing you later on today with all our other activities, or tomorrow or Saturday. But eventually, I'll see you again. Bye. Cheerio.